How's it going, everybody? It's Stas here. Hope you guys had a great weekend and are ready to get back at it this week in the stock market. I for sure am, and let me tell you, this week is going to be huge. The markets had a bit of a bad week last week, so I want to see if we end up rebounding. And in this video, we're going to talk about stocks I'm looking at, my game plan for this upcoming week, and what to look out for. We have some things in particular to look out for this week, so sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee. If you haven't done so already, go down below, get 2 stocks from Webull. Those are valued up to $1,600. All you have to do is use my link, deposit $100, and we each get 2 stocks, again, valued up to $1,600. And with that being said, let's get started, guys. Let's get right into the video. So like I said, last week was not the best week whatsoever, especially Friday. I mean, Friday was an absolute bloodbath after St. Louis Fed President James Bullard came out saying that he sees a rate hike coming sooner than expected in late 2022, which is anywhere from 12 months from now, maybe 16 months from now, maybe 18 months, 17, 18 months, anywhere in that ballpark. And that pretty much freaked out the markets. You guys can see here, SPY, which tracks the S&P, this went down almost $6 on Friday, down 1.35% on that day, and you can see the absolute bloodbath on the intraday chart. We were at 422 in pre-market on Friday, and after market, we got to 413. So we're talking about almost, well, actually exactly a 2% drop from pre-market to after hours on Friday. So that is a pretty big drop considering we haven't seen something like that over the past couple of weeks. So volatility's up, VIX is up 16%. The dollar is actually gaining strength, which is why we saw gold and silver get absolutely obliterated in the past couple of days. I mean, did you guys see silver? This was down 6-7% in a day a couple of days ago. That was after the Fed meeting. Gold was down 5 or 6%. So the markets are really wonky right now, and this upcoming week we actually have St. Louis Fed President James Bullard. He's speaking on Monday, so I want to see if he touches more on this hike in terms of late 2022. Does he not cover it? Does he clarify his statement on that? And that will for sure be moving the markets, whether up or down. So that is one big thing to watch out for this upcoming week. And I just want to see in general how the markets digest the Fed meeting from last week, because quite honestly, I don't think the volatility is done. I feel like maybe we're not just getting started, or maybe we are just getting started. But overall, I feel like there is some more choppiness in store, and on the lower end, when we're looking at SPY here, we might be able to go down 400, 405. Those were the low points from the middle of May into the end of May, and as of now, we did break under the uptrend, at least the one that I drew here on Friday, and it looks like we're in a falling knife pattern, meaning we haven't really confirmed a bounce quite yet. We're not showing any signs of support, so like I said, there could be a lot more volatility in store. And on Tuesday, we have Jerome Powell speaking again. He's set to speak at 2 p.m. on the East Coast. This is going to be on the CV response, and you guys know what CV is. And just go on the Fed website, guys, and you can see all the events every day and when, you know, all these big figures are speaking. And yeah, he's going to probably touch on a bunch of things and interest rates, tapering, all that good stuff. We're going to get more clarity. He's going to be talking to us on Tuesday. So Monday, Tuesday, it's going to be a jam-packed beginning of the week in terms of James Bullard, Jerome Powell, and just all the craziness going on in the markets right now. So what do you guys think? Shoot me a comment down below. And when it comes to QQQ, this one is not collapsing like SPY is quite yet, and the keyword is quite yet. As of now, we are maintaining the 50 moving average here, and I did put an alert at 340, so if this gets under 340, I'm going to be alerted, because at that point, I believe if 340 breaks, we could be going lower 330s, maybe mid 330s, closer to that 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart, which in the grand scheme of things, guys, it's not that crazy of a pullback. In fact, if it were to get down to 332, we're talking about a 3.7 to a 4% pullback, which is literally nothing. I mean, at this point in time, QQQ is only 1.3% off of the all-time high. So we're not seeing anything crazy. And let me see what SPY's at, actually. How much lower is this from all-time highs? It's definitely more than QQQ. Yeah, SPY's down about 3% from all-time highs. And if it gets down to 405, which could be the lower-end target here, that's going to be about a 5% drop. So in the grand scheme of things, not too crazy. And again, I'd love to know your thoughts on everything going on down below in the comments. And if you all are enjoying the video so far, make sure to hit that good old like button. And let's talk about some stocks now and kind of what I'm doing. And right off the bat, guys, I'm not really planning on making any crazy moves this week. I would say until Wednesday. I'm going to give Monday and Tuesday, I don't want to say a rest. I'm obviously not going to rest and not look at the markets because I look at the markets every day. I mean, I make YouTube videos. I got the Patreon community, so I can't just not do anything. But I'm going to be, in terms of the markets, probably just laying low a bit. I have a good amount of cash, about 30-35% right now, and I'm going to be sitting on that to see if any opportunities open up, maybe in some big tech names. I'm looking at, Amazon and Apple right now, and we're also obviously going to talk about a bunch of stocks this week, or that are reporting earnings this week, maybe which I'm going to end up hopping into, maybe a couple of these. So with that being said, let's talk about some of these stocks. Number one, we have CCL, also known as good old Carnival Cruise Line, and this one is down about $3-ish, almost $4 from the all-time, well, actually, no, it's not the all-time high. It's the high in terms of the 4-hour chart here, and that equates to about an 11% drop. So you guys remember anything above a 10% to a 20% drop, or between 10 and 20%, that is considered a correction, right? Anything above 20% is a bear market, and now that this is down 11.5%, it is in correction territory, and by the looks of it, excuse me, guys, this is maintaining an uptrend right now. You guys can see we're obviously holding the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart here, despite the fact that we're under the 50 SMA. So I'm being a bit cautious here, because if this does break under, has a clear break under the 180 SMA, this could end up seeing maybe mid-20s. I'm talking 25, 26, 24, in that general area. But if we do get a clear-cut bounce off the 180 SMA, let's say coupled with a solid earnings report, which earnings are on the 24th. So what is that? 21st Monday, 22nd Tuesday. So that is on Thursday. And all of these reports are pretty much on Thursday and Friday, guys. One of them's on Tuesday. We'll talk about that in a second. But I'm looking at CCL as a play if it could breach back over 29. So I'm going to put an alert at $29 on CCL. And these cruise line companies, guys, these are very interesting, right? With the economy opening back up, they have a huge backlog of customers that are waiting to get on these cruise ships, that have bookings out, I believe, to 2022, the following summer after this. So there's a lot of backlog, a lot of revenues waiting to be crammed through the business. So I feel like these, I don't want to go as far to say they're undervalued here, because they've seen such a tremendous run from CCL, from $12 in the past couple of months to $31. So this one, 2.5, almost 3x. So I don't want to say they're undervalued, but if we pull up this 20-year chart, you can see, I mean, we're still very low in the chart. We hit $72 back in 2018. Now we're not even at 30. So we're still about 60% under that all-time high. And yeah, I mean, CCL in the grand scheme of things is still in a bear market. And I believe with a couple smash home run earnings reports in the next couple of quarters, a year or two of recovery, this stock could end up maybe breaching 40, going back to the mid-40s, 50s. So I'm not saying this is necessarily going to explode in the short term, the 40, 50. I mean, that's kind of unrealistic. But over the next year or two, could it? I believe it definitely could. And hold up, guys. My words are getting slurred out here. And in the next couple weeks, right, this might be able to bounce over 30, maybe 32, and start to push to the mid-30s. It really all depends on guidance, the management team, how the EPS, revenue, all that good stuff looks, how much money are they burning through, what is their rate of cash burn. This is very, very important. So we're going to be looking at CCL this week. SOFI is another one, SOFI is one, is the ticker. I'm looking at this, and you guys remember, this was a SPAC. This was, it is one of Chamath Palihapitiya's SPACs, and I forget, was it IPO? I feel like it was IPOE. Let me double check that. I think you could still type the ticker in here. Yeah, I think it was IPOE. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong on that, guys. But now it's obviously transitioned to SOFI, ticker symbol SOFI, and I believe overall this is tuning up for a move. Look at what's going on here. We have resistance at 28 bucks. We had a solid day on Friday, up 1.5%, despite the fact that the markets did not do well on Friday, like we covered in the beginning of this video. And by the looks of it, guys, we held a higher low on the 16th of June just a couple days ago, and we had a couple of days that we were ascending from that higher low. You can see it here on the 5-day, 5-minute. Take a look at this, guys. We hit 21 bucks. We hit 22 the next day, hit over 23 that day as well, and then on Friday we got almost to $24 per share. So this looks like the uptrend's continuing on the 5-day, 5-minute, and on the 4-hour chart. So I want to see if we end up shooting up this week, maybe to test the mid-20s, and by mid-20s I mean that high point from the 9th of June, right around $25.40. I believe that is in play right now. I really do. And that would give us maybe around 6, 7, 8% upside from here, depending on, obviously, when we were to enter the trade. And as always, please, guys, please do your own research. Don't buy or sell based on my opinion. Again, this is my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. You must always do your own due diligence in the stock market. And the next stock here, which is reporting on Tuesday, like I said, a lot of these are Thursday, Friday. This one's on Tuesday. It is Plug Power, ticker symbol PLUG. And yeah, let me double check. 622. Yep, that is on Tuesday before the market opens. And I'll be the first to tell you, this chart does not look pretty at all. I mean, we went down 2% on Friday, down about 70 cents, and by the looks of it, this is holding on by a thread above the 180 SMA. I mean, if this thing tanks under, let's say, $28, breaks the 180 SMA, starts gunning down or pushing down. I mean, gunning would be going up. I don't know. Whatever terms you want to use here, guys. If this starts going down to test the low mid-20s again, that is not going to be a good sign, because at that point, we'd be trading under the moving averages, we'd probably see a death cross, and we'd likely be going to that lower low point, meaning the downtrend would be continuing, the downtrend that's been continuing, or that's been in effect here over the past couple of months, pretty much ever since the beginning of February in 2021, which was about 5 months ago. So, yeah, as long as Plug Power, I'm thinking, can hold 29, break back above 30, and retake the 50 SMA, that could be a point of reversal. But I'm not too convinced quite yet that we're going to get that, because we need to see these earnings, EPS, revenue, guidance, management team. What are they saying? What are they doing? And we need to see the technical break. So I'm going to put an alert at $30 per share. That is very critical here. If we break that 30 level, the high point from a couple months ago, or more like 2 months ago, we start pushing to 34, that is going to be a sign that the trend, the uptrend, is continuing. And that'd be a pretty good sign to maybe go long. Keyword is maybe, because nothing's guaranteed, and you guys must always, always do your own research. And we have good old FedEx, FDX reporting earnings this week as well, which is probably the one, quite honestly, I'm most excited about. Plug Power, I mean, yeah, I'm a little bit excited for that. CCL too, but FedEx, I really want to see these numbers. Very, very important numbers here for, this delivery transportation company, because at the end of the day, this shows a lot about our economy, especially here in the United States. I'm sure a lot of you guys are watching outside of the U.S. And out of curiosity, let me know in the comments if you're not in the U.S. right now, which I look at my analytics. Some of you guys aren't, believe it or not. I would love to know what country you're from. Shoot me a comment down below if you're watching out of the U.S. What country are you watching this video from? I would love to know. Seriously, guys. And you guys remember what happened with UPS about a week or two ago? They came in saying, oh, maybe 2023 sales won't be as strong as expected. They guided a bit lower and so forth, and then the stock ended up tanking. Well, that ended up pushing down FedEx as well. And I was looking to see if UPS was reporting this week. They're not. They usually report during the same time. I believe UPS probably will be in about a week, 2-3 weeks from now at least. So I'm excited for those numbers as well. But listen to this. If FedEx comes out, does well with EPS, revenue, guidance, all that good stuff, maybe the stock sees a bounce back, that will probably influence UPS stock to go up as well. Just like when UPS went down, FedEx went down. It might work in the opposite direction now. Keyword, it might work. And we just have to wait and see for these numbers. And one thing worth noting here, which isn't the best from a technical perspective, is we are seeing a death cross forming. The 50 is crossing under the 180 SMA. Last week, we failed breaking out of the moving averages. We hit a lower low. So if you look on this 20-day chart, it's a clear downtrend. So we're not reversing yet. So I'm going to put an alert at maybe, I don't know, guys. I'd probably put it at 290 for now. And I would monitor it if it broke above $290. And the reason why I'm putting it there is because 290 was a big support last week before we failed to hold it and we dumped on Thursday and Friday. So I would want to see that old support, now resistance, break. I want to see the 50 break as well, 50 moving average here on the 20-day chart. And from there, we could start seeing maybe a rally into earnings, after earnings even, depending on if the earnings are good. So watch out for FedEx and for UPS, and UPS for that matter. And, FedEx reports on the 24th after hours, so that's on a Thursday. So that is ticker symbol FDX. We also have Nike, which is not looking good. Admittedly, the trend is looking pretty ugly. I mean, look at this. Lower lows, lower highs, all of that jazz. You guys can see ever since, wow, 2021 has been a rough year for Nike. Ever since January, it seems like once the calendar year changed, Nike tanked just like that. It hit 147, down to about 129, and you guys can see it's kind of been bouncing back and forth within this downwards channel, making lower highs, making lower lows, and by the looks of it, just like FedEx, and FedEx is almost, well, it is seeing a bit of a death cross, the beginning of it, Nike is seeing a death cross as well. It's further along the process of the death cross. You can see the 50s well below the 180 SMA here, and I believe this could end up shooting back down, maybe low 120s, maybe to hit another lower low, depending on, of course, earnings, which are coming out on the 24th. Those are on Thursday as well. So at this point, the trend is ugly. Maybe if we start getting to lower hundreds, maybe this starts opening up as a value play. I don't want to say that for sure because I haven't dove into the numbers recently, so I have to do a little bit of fundamental analysis. But I gotta admit, if this gets low hundreds, under 100, I'm going to start looking at it because I haven't owned Nike in, gosh, I don't even know how long. I used to own the stock. I sold out of it. And maybe if we start getting low hundreds, 90s, 80s, that could be a spot to start looking at it. But then again, 80s, 90s at this point, that's a bit unrealistic because that is a 20% drop from here. And that probably wouldn't happen unless we had an overall market bear market probably, or even a market correction. You know, if SPY went down 10-15%, maybe Nike would go down to under 100, but unless that were to happen, we're probably going to hover between 120, 110, 115 in that general area, which even then could open up a decent swing opportunity. So we have to watch it. We have to see these earnings, and JKS is another one. You guys remember this one, Jinko Solar? This one went ballistic in 2020. This went from $23 to $90. Oh my gosh. I mean, look at this chart, guys. Do you see a red candlestick between September and, well, that was only a month. That's even crazier. From September to October, there's literally only 2 red candlesticks on this yearly chart, and it went from 20 to 90 in a month. So that was unbelievable. Well over a 300% return there if you were to buy at the low and sell at 90, which I doubt anybody did. But if you did, if you were lucky with that timing, kudos to you. More power to you. But at this point, the stock has crashed, is trading at $40. We're down well over 50%. We're down about 60% from that recent high. And just like Nike, this has been trading downwards in the downwards channel over the past couple of months here. So I want to see if we end up holding this 180 on the 4-hour chart. You know, maybe we bounce off of this at a higher low, start pushing up towards plus 40 again, because now we're under $40. You know, that would be a spot where maybe we can take this trade seriously. I'd even consider it above $41, $42. So I'm going to put an alert there, and they report on the 25th, so that's on Friday pre-market, and maybe we do see a rally into earnings. That's very possible with this particular stock. And I would say if we did hold $40, we rallied to the mid-40s, and we were to break the downwards channel on the 4-hour chart here, that would be a sign of an overall breakout. But I don't want to get ahead of myself, because honestly, we're not there quite yet. So we have to be patient and be diligent on this one, watching it and just waiting to see if it breaks $41, $42, which I believe is quite possible. So that is JKS. And the last one for today, you guys thought I wasn't going to make a video without a meme stock? Come on, guys. BlackBerry, ticker symbol BB. This one went down 4.5% on Friday. It closed at $12.90, and a couple weeks ago, it was at $21 per share. So this is well in a bear market. It's down 40% from that recent high, and earnings are coming up on Thursday. And I'm not going to lie to you and tell you, oh, the fundamentals of BlackBerry are great. These numbers are going to be phenomenal, because I don't know. I mean, I haven't even seen a BlackBerry product in years, but by the looks of it, they made 2 cents 2 quarters ago. They made 3 cents in the last quarter, so they're pulling money, man. They're making some money there in terms of EPS. I'm not sure what the revenue's looking like, but overall, I don't really care. You know, this is a meme stock. It's one of those that could squeeze at any minute if Wall Street Bets gets behind it. So we're going to be watching it, especially if it gets close to that $11 180 SMA support here. Maybe we hold that, end up rallying over that 1450 alert I have, which is a big maybe. I don't know. I mean, quite honestly, anything could happen. You know, this is a 50-50 gamble. It's a pure gamble. It's speculation. So approach it with that. And out of all these stocks, I mean, this is easily, I'd say JKS and BB, which I put last for a reason, guys. These are by far the most speculative, no doubt about it. And I'd say the safest ones, although nothing's safe, I'd say FedEx and Nike. And I think there's a little speculation with Plug Power as well. CCL is going to be one worth watching. Very interesting there. So overall, guys, that is it. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to smash that like button. That's greatly appreciated. Make sure to subscribe to the channel as well. Turn on that notification bell as well so you don't miss any content that I make here. I promise I make videos every day. You guys got to watch the videos. They're very solid here. And yeah, I mean, this week's going to be crazy. It's going to be absolutely nuts. And if you guys want to see my buys, sells, call outs, a morning update video every day, and if you want more access to me, check out my Patreon. That's linked down below. Or you guys can go to StockSurfest.com/Patreon. You could also check out my Webull link if you want 2 stocks valued up to $1,600. That's linked down below. Or you can go to StockSurfest.com/ TD_Webull. Make sure to get your $30 from M1 Finance as well. And from Coinbase, you get $10. All of those are down below. I'll see you all in the next video. And oh, by the way, if you want to see my M1 Finance portfolio update, which is my YouTube stock portfolio, check that out. I made a video yesterday on Saturday about it. I'll link it down below. I'll pop it up here if you want to see that. I'll see you all there. Thanks for tuning in again. As always, keep crushing the market. Stay safe out there, guys. Peace out.